Hello, Akko here again. Welcome to episode 47 of my Ultimate Feed the Beast Let's Play. Before we get started on the Thaumcraft Tower, I've got a couple of little random things that I usually do at the start of an episode. I've added a couple more recipes to the assembler chamber. I've actually used 128 of these patterns now. Look at our next page there. I've added Ender Chest and the interdimensional energy storage unit. And energy conduits, I added them as well, and I can make wireless redstone stuff in there. I think I did that yesterday. So now I can actually auto craft the interdimensional storage units, which take a hell of a lot of stuff. Now there's something that they take a lot of that I didn't explain. So I'll make one of them because I've got all the bits for one of them, I think. That should make pretty quick because there we go. So there's our third one of them, which I can put up on that side at some point, or probably another one of them actually to make it work better. So I'm going to put that just in storage for now. So they take a hell of a lot of stuff. In fact, let me get that back out again. No, that's okay, I'll put it there. So the reason why these take a hell of a lot of stuff is if you look at the adjustable energy storage, this doesn't seem that bad on its own. We look at 8 of them. So 8 of them means 64 Lapotron crystals. 64 Lapotron crystals is a lot of lapis, which I'm alright with because I've got a lapis B. That's why I've got a lapis B, because I knew I need a lot of lapis. But it also takes 2 circuits in each one, which is why it's important, I think, to use the redstone golden chipsets, which I clicked the wrong one. The redstone golden chipsets, but you need a hell of a lot of redstone golden chipsets. If you think about what you need, come on, there you go. Just sits 1 redstone, 1 gold ingot in the assembly table. So if you look at that, to make each one of these, it's 8 of them, which is 64 of them. So each one of these takes 64, so it takes 2 stacks of circuits and 6 stacks of lapis. So 256. So to make an actual interdimensional, so you're looking at 8 stacks of them redstone chips for every one of the interdimensionals. So really heavy. If you've got lapis bees, the lapis bit's not an issue. As you can see, in fact, if we look in there, I've got 22,000 lapis, and that's because I've had the bee running for quite some time. So because of that, I needed to automate the redstone chipset crafting as well, which is actually really straightforward. It's a lot more straightforward than I thought it would be. So all I've done here is I've extended my ME network. Underneath my assembly table, I added some more lasers there, by the way. I actually made more lasers, but they drained all the power out of my power system, and it starved this of power, which meant that turned off and all the platinum combs started spilling on the floor. So be careful, make sure you've got enough MJ power to supply enough power for all your lasers. At the minute, the amount of lasers I've got there, you can't see it because of the NEIs in the way. Let me turn NEI off. There we go. It's pulling 75 MJ a tick with 18 lasers. So obviously my boiler puts out 144. The quarry's constantly taking 27 of that. Other bits take a little bit at a time, so 18 of them. That leaves me a bit of leeway in my power system, so that's okay. Now let's turn that back on so I don't forget. There we go. So to actually also craft these, it's really simple. Just put an ME interface underneath. I've got the pattern in there. So 1 redstone, 1 gold ingot makes 1 gold chipset. And the way assembly tables eject, they'll eject into an adjacent chest. So what that does, whenever it crafts one of these chipsets, it just ejects it back into the ME interface, which it's not in the export config, so it just puts it back into the system. Really straightforward, really nice. So that works excellent. So I think I've got pretty much everything I can think of automated. I think, which is very nice. Very nice. Still haven't done anything with that, you know. So I've decided, because this single player world has got a limited amount of time left. As you know, I'm going back on the main server with my mates when FTB goes to 1.5. I decided I'm going to do a little bit dubious. I'm going to put my solar panels into a permanent day, Mistcraft age. So because I've got the interdimensional storage, I can do that and send the power back here. So I thought I'd do that just for the sake of doing it. I'm not going to do it in the main world, I don't think, because I think it is a bit... I think solar panels should only give you power during the day. So making a permanent day world is a little bit cheaty, I think. Not cheaty, but dubious. Let's call it dubious. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a void age, and that's where the Thaumcraft tower is going to live. So I'm going to quickly throw a void age together. I've got my notebook there, which is what I need. So to make a void age, put our notebook in there. So we're going to want single biome, and I like to use a plains biome because it's the closest. Your biome height works on the average of what that biome would do. So if we use a plains biome, then the build height will probably be around sea level because plains biomes are very flat. So right click that and put that in there. We want a single biome, put that in there. Celestial bodies. Now these cause instability if you don't put them all in, but in an upcoming version of Mistcraft, probably one that's available now, but I'm just playing with a standard FTB version, you can actually leave the moon and stuff out and it doesn't cause instability. If I didn't want a moon and I left the moon out, there'd be no moon there but there'd be instability. So for now you have to put in a dark moon, which is essentially an invisible moon. And I want a normal sun. Features, I want none of them. Don't want no features in there. Lighting, I want standard. I'm running out of ink now. I've got plenty of ink. Well, I'm mentioning that as well. Scorched surface, that means anything on the surface gets set on fire. But that also does it takes instability away. So if you wanted to make something that was inherently unstable, if you put things like scorched surface or meteors in, that counters some of that effect. That's worth knowing. I've not had to use that myself yet, but could make like a hell world with actual scorched surface. Could be quite interesting. So terrain, I want void. There we go. Visual, I want a boundless sky. So what a boundless sky does, it makes it so there's no gap in between the sky and the land. So if you're in a void world, makes it look a little bit nicer. And then I want sky colour because I want to have a black sky colour. Weather, I want no weather, because if we put in the solar panels in there, I might as well maximise look and do. And I want black because I want a black sky. Directions, they're fine. Lengths, I want my sun to be 0 length, and I don't think I need to alter the moon on the side because they're dark so you can't see them anyway. And then phases, I want the sun to be at noon. There we go. And then materials gradient, I'm going to leave. So yeah, that's everything we need. So now I can take the notebook out of there. I can open up the notebook in my inventory. Oops. I always shoot it and stuff. And I can put these into the order that I want them in. So most of this can go in a straight order. The only thing that needs to be in this particular order is black sky colour. So it needs to be in order. That's a modifier for that sky colour. And where are we? Normal sun. Want 0 length. And noon in front of it. Did I not pick noon up? Boundless sky, void, plain single. So I think they want to be that way around. Single biome plains. Dark moon, dark stars, standard lighting. Void, I'll put void up there, shouldn't make a difference. Boundless sky, no weather. 0 length, normal sun, sky colour black. So I didn't pick no one up for some reason. So let's put that back in there. And right on the bottom here. Phases, was it? Noon. Oh, I've got no paper, that's why. Fool. Paper. There we go. So did I miss anything else? Well, the thing before noon was the length. And I've got 0 length. So that's all I was missing, I think. Noon, there we go. And now, oops, take the book out. Put that in the right place. So noon, 0 length, normal sun. So they're the only things that need to have the specific order. So that should create a good stable edge. I'm going to need what do I need? A bit of paper. But now in my bookbinder I can right click there. I don't need a bit of paper at all. I can right click there and that puts all them in there in the right order, and now I can take my book. Don't know why I thought I needed a bit of paper for. Put that back, and then before we go anywhere I want to go into my Mistcraft bag and get a linking book back to the overworld, a stand for this end, a stand for that end, and I can put my notebook back in there. Don't need that anymore for now, and put that back. So let's go see what this looks like. So it's pretty quick once you know what you're doing to make an edge. It's a bit of a silly place, but not a big deal. So let's go into that. Edge 57. What we should have is just a little platform. There we go. And something ain't gone right there, because the bottom half of that should be the same colour as the top half. So I don't know if I like the look of that. Right, I'm going to cut the camera, I'm going to make another one, actually get it looking like I want it to look, and I'll be back in a little bit. Hello, and I'm back, and I just thought I'd come back and show you me destroying the abandoned library in the end world I've created. Now, I tried a couple of times to get the sky looking right, and I kept getting that white bottom half. I can't work out what I was doing wrong, but I've made these before and I didn't have that, so I was definitely doing something wrong. But instead I tried making an end world using nether brick, and it didn't actually work because this isn't nether brick. I used a plains biome as my biome, but then I made it into a... I'll show you the book actually. I've got the actual book here. If you look in the book, 18 pages are used. Single biome, plains, standard lighting, no weather, boundless sky, then nether brick and end world. So the nether brick didn't take, so I don't know what I've done wrong there. Dark moon, I've got black sky, 0 length noon, normal sun, 0 length noon, end of starfield, that also isn't showing. Then I finished with clay modifiers, which I guess has got rid of some of them modifiers in there. So that's left me with this nice little island in the middle of a void, which I really like the look of, if I'm being honest. So this is where my Thorncraft tower is going to live. Now, I took the stuff out of the abandoned library here, and it had a flat page in, which I didn't have, so that's nice. I could actually make a flat mining world now if I so desired, because flat was one of the pages that I was missing. And so yeah, I managed to get that. Then I didn't want this eyesore. I didn't want this there, so I decided to get rid of it. I thought the easiest way of doing that was with a fillet, so I've done that. I've caught both of them too. I have, good. And the bottom bits, down near the bottom there, I didn't want to get too low with the fillet. So what I did was I brought about 20 stacks of sand. I used my wand of equal trade, which I unfortunately destroyed. I thought they just stopped working when they got real low, but I changed the bottom layers to sand so they all fell into the void. So that kind of worked. So now I've got rid of the island. And we've got a nice little place here. Permanent day, even though it's got a black sky. So this is a permanent day world. So the solar panels are going to work nicely here. And at the minute I've just got a little book back to the base. Here I'm going to put a nice like Stargate kind of thing. Stuff like that. So I'm going to get a few more things prepped. And I should be back in a little while. And we're back, and quite a bit of time has passed since the last part of the video. Between then and now, I've looked on the comments on my last video, yesterday's video, and Dexter sent a message saying that the amount of Zycraft bricks is possibly what's causing my lighting lag. So I've changed things around a bit. I've got rid of quite a lot of the Zycraft stuff. Remember, the roof was all white Zycraft bricks, and I don't know if the light is the same from these dark ones. I think it's moving, but I can't really tell. The red ones you can definitely see it emitting light. I'm not sure if the black ones do emit light. So I think the black ones might be alright. I'm not sure. The red ones certainly emit a bit, don't they? But because all my floor is Zycraft, and then down here this whole place is Zycraft. So I'm gonna put the cobble. I'm gonna put the walls back to cobble. I'll just stop scrapping cobble. I'm gonna get rid of a lot of these Zycraft bricks just for now. See, it doesn't take that long to change it. See if that makes a difference. So yeah, I thought I'd share that with you. Back to our little island in space. Let me up. I've got some blazes cooking there. I've just made myself a fresh wonder equal trade because I brought my other one, and I'll see if I was getting any. See if I can get a treasure enchant for it. Well, not yet. No worries. Right. So let's step back into here. Now I made a couple of other little things as well, but we'll get back to that in a bit. So if we step into here now, I've called it Thalmia because I'm very original and what's the word? Creative. So yeah, Thalmia. Wonder what's in here. So if we come through, I've just started to create a circle. Now I've done this using, if you just type in Google Minecraft circles, it'll take you and images there. There's loads of images that show you the best way to set out a circle. So this is a 21 diameter circle. That's what I was going for. I think that's good for the base of my tower. So where have I put my bricks? I was running out of space a bit, so I'll just fill my bricks in that Farmcraft tower. And also, since I've been gone, I've been and got a lot of silverwood saplings. Now I got them from my quarry world, my mining world, and it took me about, I must have chopped down about maybe 15 trees altogether to get 12. So I think I did quite well. You don't always get one. From one tree I got 3, which was quite nice, because before I start building any more, what I want to do is place 4 of these around here. What I want to do is build up a decent pure node that's going to be in the centre of my base. So I need my what's it called? Hove growth out of there. So that should grow these up for us, like so. 3, and then 4. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sink a chest in the middle of here. Let's just get rid of that centre brick for now. I'm going to throw a chest there. I'll put my little guy on top of the chest. I'm going to chop these trees down. And I'm going to build up to a node. I'm going to maybe go up to 500-ish. I might go up to 1,000. I'm going to keep doing this as long as I've got saplings, that is. Nope. I'll keep doing this. Planting trees, chopping them down. Hopefully we'll get enough saplings to keep going. What you should see happening here, if I put the correct goggles on, which I can't do at the minute because they're back at the factory, so I'll just go get them once this one's cut down. I also need a chunk loader here, which I've not got. Let's just jump back in there a sec and grab these actual goggles off there rather than just a power suit helmet, and jump back in. What you'll see is, because I've cut these down, the reason why I put in there is any saplings that fall, he'll just pick up for me, so I don't have to keep waiting for saplings to fall. And then so I'm going to semi-AFK while I'm doing this, and I keep coming back every few minutes, see if there's any saplings, and see how that's doing. So while we build this node up, you can't really build a node up very quick. So what we've got here is we've got a little pure node here. Now this will have been 4 little nodes, and they've all merged into the centre there. What I'm going to do is, eventually, when we built the fountain tower, I'm going to have, if you've seen my fountain tower on the other server, I've got the crystal thing at the bottom, that thing. You can build a crystal core, and you have 4 little obsidian totems, so 2 by, it's 2 high, so, and then you have that in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have that under the floor with some warded glass over it, so you can see the node underneath the floor of the place. That's the idea anyway. So before I actually build all the floor and build the walls which could stop the trees growing, etc., I thought it's best to build my node up, So I'm going to sit and watch some YouTube stuff. I think I'm going to watch the Ultra Hardcore from Minecraft that they put out, episode 4. I've not watched all of them yet. So I'm going to semi-AFK, keep building these nodes up, keep trying to get some more saplings to recover the ones I'm using, and build myself a little thousand or so pure node. So I should be back in a little while. And we're back, and this is the next day. This is the day this video should be going out, so this video might be a little bit late, and I've had a bit of a nightmare since you last saw me, and I'm going to go through why. Something that's gone wrong is, look at my aura there, on the bottom left. My aura is down at 0. I seem to have destroyed the aura at my base. It's just not coming back at all. So is this node as well. So I've got 2 nodes here and they're both just sat permanently on 0. Now I think that's maybe because the node's around here somewhere. Can't see it because it's so tiny. Is it up in this tree? You see that little purple graphic? That's where the node is, but it's that small because it's on 0. You can't see it. If you go into the distance a bit, we see other nodes. 0 is 656. There we go. 554, 680. So this one is alright. It's just not sending enough. So I don't think I'm getting enough nodes. I'm not getting enough aura sent to the local ones to counteract how much. I think it's because it's what the bees are using. So I'm in the process of turning my bees from node pollination to 0 pollination, and just refilled that non-pollination serum. I need to now run that through purifier to make it excellent quality again, and I can do the next set of bees, which I'm doing my second set refined drones at the minute. So I'm going to get that down to no bees at the minute, and I'm going to put it back on 1 bee if we repair it. So we've got enough oil, so that's good. So the fact that all these bees that I've been running have got node purification. I noticed something was going wrong a couple of days ago, but I never reacted. This stopped getting the essences in that I had been getting. So something was wrong, and I should have realised then that something was wrong. That I'd maybe drained all the possible. These guys, these were coming from the bees, but it dried up a few days ago. So yeah, that's a problem. Now that's not the only problem. I had a worse problem. Now if we go into here, we've got a hell of a lot of wisps in here, which isn't a massive problem. We've got a lot of wisps about. Our node there is getting alright. Look, it's up to 334, and I made a tree in the middle just a few minutes ago, and this was 4 nodes from the 4 trees I've been making, and unfortunately it's quite low because I'm fighting all these wisps with this lightning wand I made. I'm trying to just fight the ones that are actually attacking me, and because it's a repair and the Hove Growth's repair, that's what the one's charging. It's actually using up the can't even tell which ones are attacking me. I'm trying not to attack ones that are not attacking me, because it's like I've got enough shit attacking me without making other ones hit me. So, and that still isn't the only problem. When I was fighting these yesterday, because I've got my goggles on to see the node, I didn't have my flight control on my helmet. If you look down there, 162 meters away, we've got latest death waypoint. Yep, I fell off the edge of the void world. I got disorientated. I didn't react because I didn't have my flight control on, so I didn't really understand why I wasn't falling right. And I lost sight of the island, and I fell to my death, lost all my stuff. So I lost my power suit, I lost my power tool, I lost my omni wrench, I lost my wands, I lost everything. Well, luckily a lot of stuff was in my ender pouch. If you look at the early part of the video, I lost the 4 stacks of purple warded stone I had. So if you look at the early part of the video, I pretty much lost everything that was in my bag in the early part of the video. So this is quite fun, I've got to admit. Blasting things like Palpatine, Big Daddy Palps. But it's killing the aura in here, because every time I use this one it's having to recharge it. I could just make some disposable ones, I guess. That's probably the best thing. Make some ones, don't enchant them, so they've not got them charging on. And just use them to clear this place up. But I think it's getting... Now we've got the node into one place. That's a bit better. Pardon me. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to start building this circle up. Start building some walls, and we can deal with other stuff later. Let's build a circle in Minecraft, as I mentioned yesterday. How many, we're down to 4. We've got plenty of them, but we are down to 4 silverwood saplings. So I'm going to keep growing this, but I'm going to grow it a little bit slower than I have been. When I did this on the other server, I didn't get nowhere near as many wisps as this, and I did it the same method, 4 trees at a time. But I don't know why. Don't know why it's gone so crazy like this. It's possibly because it's in a void world. Because in this world, I've not actually, because it's a void world, I've not actually been far away from the island. Partly because it's horrific going far away. If you look, I've got no idea what. All I can do is keep an eye on my my height underneath the minimap. I've got no idea where I am. So to get a range of that thing, I've just got, look at that, it's horrific, this place. So I've not really gone and travelled to other chunks in this area. So I don't know if that means the nodes in other chunks are not feeding to this one. So it maybe is a problem making a Thaumcraft tower in a void world. I'm not sure. But we're gonna do it anyway. I brought these 4 crystals here for now to try and up the aura creation here. I'm not sure if it's working. That's probably not helping. That's creating flux as well. But I think we're getting to a point where it's a bit tight. Look how they've all gone. They've all just gone. Weird. Oh, well, I'm lagged out and I'm about to die. So I had to make a full new set of power armor, which actually ain't as bad as it could have been, because I've actually done it a little bit better this time. So let's just have a quick look at that. So all I've done this time is I put the batteries in just the boots and the legs. So they've both got the elite batteries. So my chest, helmet and power tool, they don't even have a battery. They just use a battery off there. If you look, I'm maintaining, so I've got 2 elite batteries, so it's 10 million joules. And I've added a couple of extra things. So the boots I think are the same, just got shock absorber in, and everything's got an energy shield, of course. That's where the armour comes from. They've got shock absorbers in, so I can fall from any height. I've still not put the jet boots in, because I don't think they're needed. The legs have got pretty much everything you can put in them. They've got, so they've got sprint assist, jump assist, swim boost, uphill step assist. That's the same as what I had before. But I've also put a kinetic generator in there. What the kinetic generator is doing is when I'm moving about, it's actually charging the gear up, especially when I've got the jetpack off. So it's not pulling jetpack power. I'm actually charging them up. So see, it's got a 9.94. So obviously I'm getting solar from the sun as well from there. And what else? That's all the same. Night vision, flight control, energy shield. Now obviously the flight control that does is, see if I take that off, jetpack's on. So if I fly up, if I let go of the button, I'll come back down again. When you've got flight control on, now if I fly up, if I let go of the button, I just stay there. That's what flight control's doing. It's making it so that you stay static in the air, like creative or like a gravity suit. So, and that's why when I fell off the edge, I didn't know what was happening because I had the goggles on. All fun. And I think the chest's just the same. Yeah, glide air parachute jetpack. And I could add the camouflage thing onto there, but I might do that at some point. That's the only thing I'm really missing. And then the tool, it's melee assist, shovel, pickaxe, diamond drill. I didn't bother putting the plasma cannon back on there because I don't really like it. And I've never really used wands. It's something that I never really felt the need for, because I like melee combat and stuff. But yeah, really useful. It's from, again, I steal a lot of stuff from Direwolf, it seems. His latest few episodes he's been in the Twilight Forest and he's been using a 1 to kill stuff, and it really is effective. So I thought, screw it, I'll go with 1, especially for fighting wisps. It's really good. But for some reason, all the wisps have vanished, and I'm not going to complain about that. So let's get on with making this. So, like a circle in Minecraft, if you ever want to make any circular building, like a tower or anything, the easiest thing you can do is just look on a site called, and just put in Google Minecraft circles, and you'll find a little page, an image, that shows you how to do circles of all different sizes. Now I always, as I've said before, I always build odd, so that I've got one central square in the middle of my building. So I'm going to build it odd. This is a 21 diameter. The 21 diameter is, you put a block in the middle, a gap, and then 9 blocks to the outside, 9 blocks to the outside, and then to differentiate your north and south, make it a bit easier on yourself, just do 9 blocks to the outside but put spaces on there. Then you want each of the outside bits 7 long, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 each way from your centre bit. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then after that we need a bit of a shoulder, kind of call it a shoulder, so 2. I need some dirt. Should have brought some dirt with me. I don't want to wreck the landscape, so I'm just going to run back and get some dirt. Now there's a comment saying, why don't I just use glass cable to power the solar panels? And I probably should, you know. So I never really worked out the difference between packets and EU per packet, EU per tick, and I try and run max so I'm getting max EU per tick through, but I think you can just ram, as long as there's EU per packet going through, I could just run all that straight to the matter fabricator, because at the minute the matter fabricator can take 8,000 EU a tick, but it can take unlimited EU a packet, I believe. So I could just run solar panels using glass fibre cable that can take, the max EU a tick that can take is 512, but it can take unlimited packets as well, I think. So I could just run all my solar panels straight into the matter fabricator, but I like doing it this way. It's probably less efficient and it's more expensive, I'm guessing, but be aware of that. I'd do it a little bit wrong. I never get the best out of the glass fibre cable. So, for example, if all 4 of these had the max power in theory they're putting out a lot of power. Oh. Hello. Get away, skeleton. In theory they're putting out a lot more per tick. If you use the EU reader here. What? How many EU is he? In fact, let's sleep so we actually get some. Oh no, it doesn't matter, because we're going to look at the power from the thermal generators and not the power from the solar panels, so that doesn't matter. So using this EU reader, if we click on there, I have to click twice to get a reading. Oh shit. What are you doing? Palpatine. Look at this. Oh, something else that's gone wrong yesterday as well is Dave the Cat's gone and these 2 golems are gone. So I don't know what's happened there. Maybe they got struck by lightning, maybe they got attacked by mobs, no idea. But they're all gone, so I need to sort that out. So instead of putting them back like it is, I'm going to change them around next episode. I'm going to try the MFR Man Factory Reloaded tree farm, which is pretty much the same as the other farms. So Dave the Cat's unfortunately been forced into retirement and going to live in the cat house in the sky. And then this thing, a guy Plenser, I think I've said his name right. If you watch, I think he's watched some of my videos. He's got a setup with block breakers on his reed farm. I'm going to do the same with this. So instead of using the golems, which you can't turn on off, golems are really good, but you can't turn them on or off. They're either on or they're not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put lines of block breakers across the top of these, and then the melons will grow underneath the block breakers, and whenever I want it turned on, the block breakers will break the melons. So that should work. So I'm changing this around quite a bit, I think. That'll probably be next episode, or possibly the one after, depending on how long my seed and wood supply lasts. Probably going to be next episode. So, right, let's do this again. Going on tangents as always. So, look at there, we've got nothing in and out because we're not using anything. So that was a bit of a fail. Because the quarry's finished. Yep, so we're not processing anything. Okay, well I've failed there a bit. Theory, when this stuff's pulling more than, this stuff can pull more than 512 at a time. It can pull, there's 512 comes out of each of them MFSUs. This can actually pull 2048 EU per packet, I believe. Even though it can only pull 512 a tick. So it can put packets into things separate. I think that's how it works. So yeah, I could just put a big line of ultimate hybrids with one glass fibre thing instead of nesting them like that. I'll work it out one day. Never really understood it properly. I think it should just all be on ticks myself, but you know, that make more sense. Well, it's not how it works, and I should actually work out how it actually works, not how I think it should work. And I didn't get a nod. Nice, I did. I thought I forgot to get dirt then. Like an idiot. Right, so let's underfill there. So we want 2 there, like I said. And then after your 2, 1, 2, 3 in a diagonal, 2 there, and that gets us back to that side. So that's how we're doing our circle here. Nice and simple. Didn't need them there. Oops. 1. Oh, you. Thanks, Golem guy. A little tidy up, man. Don't want holes underneath there, because I don't want stuff spawning underneath. Because this is such a small area, and it's permanent day. If I give anything the opportunity to spawn, so if I make a little dark area, it's going to get loads of spawn in it, because the way spawn works in this game is around the player, 128 blocks in either direction, I believe, mobs can spawn. So if you have nowhere where mobs can spawn, if you look at this, there's not a single place where a mob can spawn, because even though it looks like it's night, it's permanent day. So mobs cannot spawn anywhere. So if I was to create an enclosed space where mobs could spawn, then you're going to get a lot of mobs spawning in there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3 again. That's that side done. And now we just need this side done. We've got our circle. But what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to build up the floor. Build up the walls up to about level 12. Then I'm going to step it in a bit. Then I'm going to build it up to level 24 probably, and then step it in again. And I'm going to put my floors are going to be at height so that you can use arcane levitators to go up and down. So that's the floor is going to be determined by arcane levitators. Now an arcane levitator can do 10 levels, so I might do 10 levels and step it in. Not sure yet. I might even do 20. But 2, 3. Oh, got a fresh one. Hello. Come here. Where are you going? Come here. I've got the fear, by the way, just so you know. I've got the fear on this island. It's been bad to me. That's the original spawn place, by the way. I want to get rid of that at some point. A little bit of marble that looks out of place. Let's finish off this little bit here. And then I'm going to build a couple of walls up, and then I'll probably come back to this next episode. So that's 1, 2, 3, yeah, so I need 2. And then 1, 2, 3. There we go. So there's the 3, and then 1, 2. There's the base of our tower. Now, of course, I've got different coloured bricks. I want to work out a pattern to actually make it look a bit nicer than just all one colour. So I need to work that out in a bit as well. First of all, I'm going to move some of these and put windows in as well. So this isn't a final design by any means. So I'm going to put the next layer in. For now, I'll leave them corners of each one of them empty at the minute. I think I've got a lot more black than I had white anyway, especially because I've lost some of the white. So a pattern is probably going to be using a lot more black bricks higher up, I'm guessing. I've not decided what the pattern's going to be yet. But, the pattern I'm going to use, there's a guy on B-Dub's videos. Oh, oops, that's the wrong thing. B-Dub's checks. I also lost my Wonder the Falmouth's Hedge, so I'm back down to an Adept. Remember I used Nether Star. The Wonder the Falmouth's Hedge. I've lost that as well. Oops. So yeah, I need to make another one of them. So I'll kill that wither again, or I'll kill some fresh withers, should I say? At some point, how's my? See, that's down to 62, which isn't great. I'm going to try and build my node again by placing another tree. So I'm going to keep building the node up. So I'm not actually going to build this central bit floor until I've actually got this node built up quite well. Oh, that's spawning no little wisps. Happily spawning away. Right, let's throw them essences in there. Let's get another sapling. And let's plonk it down. Let's chop it down. So our node's a bit bigger, 363. So I'll gradually keep growing that, as I've said, about 18 times. Right, the pattern I'm going to use. Yeah, as I was saying, B-Dub's videos. There's a guy whose name I forget. Linky Inc, I think. And he has this theory of threes. So, and that bottom one should be one as well then. Let's go and change all the bottom ones. Pretty much what I'm going to do is kind of what I did on my other tower. On my other tower, I stepped it out. 1, 2, 3, and then get rid of that. I'm going to build 3 up like so, and then step it in 1, build 3 up again. Oh, this isn't working very well. I'm failing quite heavily here. Step it in 1 like so, and then step it in again. I also need to make some warded glass, so I've got some windows for this place. I'm using the white bricks as a step in. Let's keep things easy. Come on, get up there. What are you doing? Should just have my jetpack on really, shouldn't I? White bricks there, and then step it in again. And as long as you step it in rationally, so now I can step into 2. So you can't really see because of the sky, but once all the rest of this white bit's in, that should stand out a bit better. So around each side I'm going to have like an arch. I'm going to go 3, 3, then I'm going to go 2, and then I'm going to go 2. So that's obviously the middle of that. So I could even go 1 there because it's even. It's an even step. So 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. No, I'll go with 2. And then I can build up the other white stuff around that so you can see what's happening. And so rather than it just being a solid colour, that's what I'm trying to get at. Rather than it just being a solid colour, we can do this and it adds a bit of depth to it. Obviously I'm going to put windows in afterwards. So let's see what this is going to look like with a bit of a white brick around it. I think I'm going to go 2 on the top. Oh, get off. Let me up. Like so. And then, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up to the level 10 off camera, so it's all the same height. Once I've done this wall, so I'll do this side. You can see the idea that I'm trying to get. Change that for white, and I'll just do these 2 blocks so you can see. Come on, let me up. And I'll just do this side just so it's even. It's a nice pattern on the Sphax texture pack that whoever's done the Thaumcraft mod. Looks pretty cool. Little stars. Like it. So there we go. So we've got a kind of pattern. Don't know if I like that yet. Might have to add a bit more colour to it. But that's kind of idea. I'm going to start building things up like that. Yeah, I don't really like the look of that. I'll do a little bit off camera then, and gradually start building the walls up. Get some windows in, get some doors in. I'm going to use the arcane doors and pressure plates and stuff like that. So I think a bit of a disastrous episode, and maybe a bit short, which I apologise for if it is. I think I'm going to lick my wounds and leave that there and work out what kind of pattern I want this tower to have. So, as always, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you join me next time, and I'll see you then. Cheers. Bye.